The guest is Dr. Al-Hadid, and the topic is the great debate, President Barack Obama. And Dr. Al-Hadid, I think you've given us some information relative to the whole situation of race as far as President Obama is concerned. Let's look at another very unusual, controversial area, and that is religion. Now, what about the great debate and his religion?
Well, you know, when you look at the life of President Obama, his father was Muslim from Kenya, the Luo ethnic group there in Kenya. And then his stepfather, you know, his mother was married twice, was Indonesian. He was also Muslim. So I think for the first, well, let's say the first 12 years of his life, he was exposed to the Islamic faith. Now, his mother, on the other hand, was not committed to any religion. She was basically an anthropologist. She saw that religion was expression of culture, and he was exposed to a wide range of religion: Buddhism, Hinduism, Shintoism, traditional African religion. So he grew up not really being totally committed to any religion. But as he started working as a community organizer and started working through his core values and beliefs, he realized that he needed to be grounded in a community. So as you know, he eventually ended up attending the church of Reverend Jeremiah Wright, Reverend Dr. Jeremiah Wright, Trinity United Church of Christ. And not only was he able to work out his spiritual journey, but to deal with his identity crisis, because Jeremiah Wright is what I might call a black Christian nationalist, same line of thinking as James Cone and some of the others along those lines. So as he went to the church, now he stayed with Jeremiah Wright for about 20 years. His wife attended the church, his children were baptized there, he was baptized there. So he became committed to Christianity. And I think it's inappropriate for people to keep labeling him as Muslim when he's not.
Especially when he's been in the church, in the Christian church for the last 20 years.
Yes,
you know, and some people leave the impression as if he just ran across Reverend Wright a couple of years, last year or something.
Right,
From the campaign, you see, but he was involved with that.
He was involved in the church for at least 20 years. Now, I think maybe when he first went to the church, he might have been looking for an institution that could help him with his community organizing, or he might have been looking for an institution that could help him get votes, because you know, he ran and was successful in becoming a state senator in Illinois. In fact, he was a senator in Illinois for 10 years. And so it could have been for those reasons. But then eventually, you know, he got in that environment and he saw something in the black Christian church that he didn't see in the other churches. Now, there was some background. You know, his mother came out of a Methodist, his grandmother rather, came out of a Methodist background, and his grandfather, who they were both white, came out of a Baptist background. But when they left Kansas and went to Hawaii, they no longer practiced this religion. So they just basically were good people, core values that were based on Christianity, but they were not churchgoers. And he wanted something different for himself, because as you know, most of his life, he had this identity crisis. I mean, he saw himself as being African American, but he didn't fit well among African Americans. When he left Hawaii, graduated from an elite school there in Hawaii, and then went to Occidental